Week 5, Marcus. Let's go. Let's go. My name is Joey Wilson. I'm a Chairman 100 here with I Am Mastery Academy, and I'm fired up and excited. What we do is we bring on the best in the game to come on here and give you guys value of how they went from where they were to where they are at today, top earners, and not just the company, but in the industry worldwide. And we're doing this every single Wednesday, same time, same channel, all the way leading to Elevate Orlando Convention. We're running tunnel vision, full speed ahead, and I hope you guys are with us. And if your entire team isn't on this call, make sure they get on here, but we are recording it for the people that aren't able to hop on tonight. And so I'm super fired up and excited about the guests we have coming on here. This dude's changing the game in the industry. He's pioneered. He's pioneered changing the game in the industry for people like me and people like you. He's doing this thing at a very high level, guys, and this is a very, very special call. And so before I even bring him up here, I just want to say this. I want to thank him personally because he paved the trail in I Am Mastery Academy way before I ever got started. We've both been in the industry for around a decade, and he got in this company, and him and his business partner Jason pioneered this thing for what it is today. And it's the best Forex and crypto academy on the entire planet, and they're always evolving and growing and taking things to the next level. But not only just that, he got started in this industry, broke, busted, and disgusted, to now maxing out the compensation plan. Okay, maxing out the compensation plan. And the reason I feel like he did that is because he's a selfless leader. The dude just wants to help people. That's it. If you ever got the chance to meet this individual, all he wants to do is help people go to the next level. He wants to take this company's like his baby, and he wants to take this thing to the next level with all of us. And so not only did he max out the comp plan, he's the top earner in the company. He's a number 4, I believe, number 4 income earner industry worldwide. The source comes from Business for Home, which I wouldn't doubt it at all. So he's one of the best in the game. And not only is he a great network marketer, not only is he a selfless leader, not only is he one of the best speakers when it comes to the stage, he's a husband, he's a father, and he's a man on a mission. And we're grateful to have him on this call with us today. So I just hope this. I hope you have your notebook out. I hope you have the notes on your phone out. And every single week, you should be coming on here with a pen in hand, ready to take notes, so you can look back at the information, because we all know you're going to forget 99% of the information that you ever hear. And this dude figured it out. He figured it out at the highest of levels, and breaking through what people thought was possible. And so with that being said, I'm going to pass it over to one of the best in the game today, making things happen from a yacht. Let's get it. Why would he do it any other way? My brother, Mr. Matt Rosa. I appreciate you, bro.
Joey, my brother, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Awesome. I want to make sure that connection is good. We made sure that there was. Can you see my video?
I can see you. Yeah.
All right. Perfect then. We made sure that there was sufficient Wi-Fi for this. They actually have Wi-Fi on the boat for this call. Specifically, not even kidding. That's the importance of this call for me. So I'm excited to be here with each and every single one of you guys. I'm a huge fan at giving flowers in public. You know, key for the fellas on here. If you're gonna get wifey flowers, it's beautiful to do it at the crib, but it's even more beautiful when you give it in front of her friends. I'm just saying. I'm throwing that out there. I'm just letting you know. But I love to give flowers in public, right? And I got to say, you know, Joey had a vision with these calls, with the Elevate calls. He had a vision where he was going to do this every single week leading up to the next convention. That takes a visionary. That takes someone that is doing calls behind the scenes. That takes conversations. That takes organization. That takes trust inside of the team. It's no easy task. And especially being that March is so long away, he committed to making this thing happen. And the beautiful thing is, Joey is a Chairman 100. So he could easily close this to his teams in Italy and Egypt and all over the United States and all over the world. But Joey has decided to open this up to absolutely everyone. And I got to give you your flowers, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much for caring enough to be able to take care of the team, to be able to serve the team. It's something that we don't take for granted, my brother. And I thank you. And each and every single one of you guys that are on this call right now, I thank you guys. I thank you guys for spending a beautiful evening with us and just coming to fill your cup. The beautiful thing about these calls that are going on, they're not scripted. There is no specific topic or anything along those lines. It's what is on the speaker's heart that is going to make the difference. And I thank you guys for showing up. I thank you guys for allowing us to lead. You know, I believe in the 5 levels of leadership that John C. Maxwell talks about, right? And in the 5 levels of leadership that he talks about, he says that a title, a position, it doesn't matter if I'm a 750, it doesn't matter if I'm a P150. He talks about the title being the lowest level of leadership that there is. So what does that mean? The second level of leadership is the permission level of leadership. I understand that I am not subject to mentorship or subject to mentoring because of the fact that I have a specific rank. You know, we have over 200 people on this call right now. You guys have given me the permission. You saw the flyer. You saw who it was that was speaking. You allowed me the permission to come in here and plant seeds inside of your life, plant seeds inside of your mind, plant seeds inside of your business. Man, I'm going to be honest. That is one of the most amazing things as a leader that I can do. The chance and the opportunity to be able to help people. You know, Jason and I, by the grace of God and the squad, we have had such an amazing career. And anyone that tells you it's not about the money anymore, I need you to understand that they're lying 100%, because it definitely is a portion of the money. I don't care what anyone says. I love the nice things. I love taking care of my family and having true time freedom. But there comes a point inside of your career, the real will understand, but there comes a point inside of your career where it just doesn't matter as much. And you start to become very, very, very exclusive with your timing. You become very exclusive with your proximity. And for me, I've witnessed a lot of the individuals join this industry, become successful. And then as their success increases, their proximity decreases. And I understand that in life, not just inside of this industry, if serving is beneath you, then leading is beyond you. Tia, my sister Tia's on this call right now. Tia, I see you, sis. They're not ready for this. If serving is beneath you, then leading is beyond. So for me, it's not about a rank anymore. We max out this comp plan. It's not about a dollar amount anymore. It's about, okay, am I getting paid for my purpose? Am I getting paid for my passions? And this is very much my purpose. This is very much my passion. I've been here since 2015. This is my baby. This is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I'm in love with. And I got to be honest with you guys. We've gone ahead and we've built an organization that spans into 40 different countries, and not a small team either. We've gone ahead and we've become the top paid 3 inside the industry of network marketing right now, today's date. Although I went from 750 to Chairman 500, I'm at a place right now where we've helped create over 200 Chairman 10s and above. The amount of lives that we've been able to impact through the trading specifically and the education that we provide. I've done some amazing things inside of my life. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a follower of God, Christ specifically. I've hit areas that I never thought that I'd be able to hit in my life. But I got to be honest with you right now. And I'm not just saying this because I'm on a call with you guys. I genuinely believe the best is yet to come. I'm not just telling you that. I genuinely believe. Here's the thing. We're old enough to understand, and I'm going to go over this in a bit, but we're old enough to understand that we've stood the test of time. We're young enough to understand that we're only scratching the surface. And I'm going to be transparent because that's all it is that I know how to be. And sometimes business partners or mentors say, Matt, maybe sometimes you're a little too honest. Well, then forgive me, but I'm not going to change. And I'm going to be transparent. They say you shouldn't talk about your current rank. I say, why not? People relate to struggle way more than they relate to success. So why wouldn't I talk about it? Why wouldn't I talk about the downfalls inside of my life? And why wouldn't I talk about the trials and the tribulations? Why wouldn't I talk about these things? You see, for me, I in the past about 2 years, I dealt with some of the biggest anxiety and depression that I've ever dealt with in my life. And when you are at a point where you may not be financially stable, you may not have that stature, it's easy to be at a low place because you can blame it on so much. But when you're successful and everything that you prayed for is your reality, becoming depressed or anxious or any of these feelings, it sucks because you're not able to pinpoint where it's coming from. You have nothing to hold the depression or the anxiety accountable. And the last 2 years, I went through it. You know, when I'm in mode, there's nothing that can stop. You know, the last time that I went on a recruiting spree with the people that I brought in, I could have built the Chairman's 25 account. I know what I do when I'm in mode. And even my not 100% in mode is still somebody else's 100% in mode. But I fell into a state of management. I fell into a state of like, man, I have this leader leaving my business that is a huge rank, and this leader leaving my business that is a huge rank, and this leader leaving. And I was like, man, but then I had to take a step back and say, yo, this has happened to me about 4 times inside of my career. This is what difference. If God is for me today, then who can be against me tomorrow? If God is for me today, who can be against me tomorrow? So I said, okay. I went out to Arizona and I said, man, sometimes God will take off of your plate in order to make room for more what it is that you like. You don't like broccoli? Cool. I got some steak headed your way. And I went to AZ and it was unreal. And then I went to Zurich, and that was one of the pinnacles of my career. I've never experienced anything remotely similar to what I experienced in Zurich. And then I went to Dubai with all the chairmen. I hung out with Tia, and I hung out with Dr. Spiller. Then I hung out with Richard Ustra, and then I went and I hung out with Gary Roberts, and then I went and I hung out with Gustavo Alanais. And it was just like, yo, it was wild because for me, I'm a fan of a lot of these people, man. Like I look up to a lot of these people, even though I'm appointed the leader. I was like, dude, I want to learn from how Japan put, 3,000 into the business in the last a year and a half. I want to figure out how Italy built their business to 2,500 in the past, year. I want to learn from how these teams are absolutely crushing it right now. Even though I'm the appointed leader, I'm always a student. And I came back from that event and I said, baby, I wasn't even back from that event. I was talking to my wife, Shorty, our newest SMX educator. And I was talking to her. We were on a layover from Dubai in New York down in Miami. And I said, babe, I can't contain myself. I can't contain myself. I haven't gone on a full recruiting spree where I know that I'm going to be able to bless the lives of so many freaking people through this. I can't contain. I got to film the video here in the airport. And I'm in a tank top. I'm in a forwards hat. I just finished traveling 13 hours. I'm jet lagged beyond belief. And I just started filming this video of me talking about my last 9 years. And I ran $200 ad on it. And my inbox have never been more potent. Next thing I know, professional soccer players are hitting me up, professional players from the MLB on the White Sox, high-end network marketers from other companies, all that. And I realized, I said, oh my God, what changed? What changed? My circumstances, my financial situation did not change. My team did not. Yeah, it changed. We got rid of some fat because you got to cut the fat when you're eating a good steak. We got rid of some fat inside of the company. But, I started to work on myself. But the number one thing that changed was that I made a conscious and cognitive decision. That's what it was. A conscious and cognitive decision, despite my environment. I refused to be a product of my environment, and I decided to become an environment, or I decided to make my environment a product of who I am. I didn't want to become a product of my environment. I wanted to make my environment a product of who it was that I am. That decision, now my PRSV is blicking. We're bringing in a new wave of leadership, and that's something that I pride myself on. Having the most personally enrolled chairman inside of the company, I don't care about my rank. I care about how many success stories I created, because for every chairman that I have, that's 500 lives that have been impacted, enriched, and educated. So I'm here to tell you this. Before I get into it, Brown rules. Joey said you got to be making sure that you're taking notes. We got note takers in the building. We got a chairman taking notes. I'm looking at you guys right now. Selena, I thank you for holding up that pen. Jameen, I thank you for holding up that pen. I see you guys. Jesus, I see you guys. We got to make sure we're taking notes, because we're going to forget the vast majority of what it is that we learn. The second thing is, you have people in your org that have not learned this information. Guess what? It's your responsibility to teach them this. It's your responsibility, just like it's my responsibility to be able to provide this, right? So with that being said, I want to talk about a quote really quick. We had Eric Thomas at our event. Actually, Joey graced the stage at that event, SummerSlam. And it was nuts. We were out in, or I think Joey did March Madness, one of the two, but we were out in Dallas, Texas, and we did our thing. We lit the stage up, and we invited Eric Thomas to the stage. And when we invited Eric Thomas, he said this one quote about midway through the training that completely shifted the way it is that I look at this business, man. I'm telling you, it turned me upside down. So what? Write this down. So what if you have the opportunity of a lifetime, if you're not willing to take advantage of it in the lifetime of the opportunity? So what if you have the opportunity of a lifetime, if you're not willing to take advantage of it in the lifetime of the opportunity? I look at IM, man, and I speak for the seasoned networkers on this call right now. People like me, people like Joey that have been through it. Man, we've seen the good and the bad of this industry. Joey, they don't know, bro. We've seen the good and the bad of this industry. I've seen betrayal and I've seen praise. I've seen companies that don't pay out, and I've seen companies like IM that haven't missed a Friday. We have the opportunity of a lifetime, but it doesn't matter if we don't take advantage of it in the said lifetime of the opportunity. I want to give you guys 3 specific tips on how to take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity. But before I do so, we got 250 people on this call, and we have about 30 cameras on. Turn those cameras on. Turn those cameras on. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Jalen. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Tyler. You see, 9 times out of 10, man, y'all look good. 9 times out of 10, when I'm on a call and my camera's off, I'm doing something that I should not be doing. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Marcos. I'm Netflixing and chilling. I'm scrolling on Instagram. Unless you're naked or you're driving, turn on that camera, man. We're 100% here. So 3 things. First and foremost, we got to have the courage to think big. We got to have the courage to think big. It's before believing. A lot of people talk about how you have to believe in order to achieve. Before the belief, what happens? The thought. The thought. And if you're going to formulate a specific thought, I need you to understand that it has to be big. And there's 3 reasons as to why it has to be big. First and foremost, it's going to give you depth of vision. When I first got started inside of the industry, I was thinking about 30 days out. Then later I got to 90 days out. At the current point that I'm at, I think 36 months out, every decision that I do, especially me having a child now, every decision that I make is going to be a reflection of the life that my wife lives, that my child lives. So I'm thinking everything out 36 months at a time. The pressure, man, I'm a new dad. For y'all that have been doing this, this is crazy. And everything that you do, you have to think, is this going to affect my family, the way they eat? Thank you, Bernard. The way they think, the morals that they have, the belief that they have. So I think about the thought that we have. We have to think big. It's going to give us depth of vision. Number two, it's going to hold us accountable. It's going to hold us accountable. Man, small goals have no accountability. I got to be honest with you. If I don't fix the bed at my crib, and mind you, I'm married to a Latina. I see some of you guys laughing right now. DeAndrew, chill, man. We were raised by them too. I see that I'm married to a Latina. There's certain consequences for not getting things done inside of that. I'm a grown man. I'm a Chairman 750. I'm Matt Rosa. No. There's consequences to not getting things done inside of my crib. And I know for a fact I don't fix the bed while she's taking care of the baby. I know that she's going to nag, but I can deal with nagging. I'm good. It's not a big consequence if I don't fix that bed. But having to turn around and talk to my wife and tell her that we can't pay the bills, or having to talk to my mom and tell her that I can't, that's a consequence, right? So small goals, small thinking hold no consequence. And last but not least, it stretches your mind. Yo, if I took this shirt off my back right now and I gave it to Farinda, or if I gave it to Rodrigue, or if I gave this to Graham, and I say, yo, hold this shirt really quick. And we began to stretch the shirt and stretch the shirt and stretch the shirt. No matter what we do, the shirt is never going to fit its original size. We could dry clean it. We could hang it up. We could do the works. But here's the thing. It's never going to fit the original size. So the mind is the exact same way. When you stretch your mind, oh, I'm about to give y'all some sauce. There's a reason why people are sitting in cars that they can't afford, or driving into I still drive into driveways that I cannot afford to live in, still to this day. Because when you stretch your mind past its barriers of expectation and normal thought process, it'll never go back to its original patterns of thinking. I can't go back to working a job, not because of the financial, but because of the time freedom that I have to do what I want, when I want, with who it is that I want. So we got to think big. Step number 2, if we're going to think big, you have to have the courage to work even bigger. If we're going to think big, you have to have the courage to work even bigger. AKA, Migos, walk it like you talk it, right? You have to go out there and you have to walk it like you talk it, right? A lot of people say that talk is cheap. No. My brother, my sister, my friends, talk is not cheap. Talk is free. I'm going to say that again. Talk is not cheap. Talk is free. You do not pay in order to talk. So what does that mean? What does that mean? A lot of us are having conversations with our loved ones, and we're telling them, yo, we're going to go out there and we're going to change our life. Or babe, pack your bags. We're going to Fiji. Or kids, you won't live the same life that I live. Or parents, I'm going to retire you. Whatever the case is, we're having those conversations and our families are happy. But here's the reality. None of those situations that you're trying to depict are guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed inside of this business. Not past profits, not my results, not a chairman's results on this call. Nobody's results are guaranteed. So here's what ends up happening. That conversation is easy to have, but the conversation where it's like, yo, I didn't keep my word. I didn't do what it was that I said I was going to do. That's a hard conversation to have. That's a hard conversation to have. So yes, this business is exhausting. I work this business every single day. And even more so now that, bro, when I tell you I'm in mode right now, y'all don't understand. They're going to have to expand the comp plan. I'm on bully mode right now. I'm not kidding, right? So where I'm at right now, literally the first thing I do when I wake up, talk to Jesus. Afterwards, I kiss my wife on her shoulder. I look at my daughter and I grab my phone and I start working. It is not the way I normally work. I usually have my morning routine, but I am obsessed right now. I am obsessed right. So I have built my business to the point where I've gone ahead and I've traveled to 40 different countries. I've spent 60% of the year on the road. I've done these things, but guess what? Yeah, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. But I'll tell you what was more exhausting. Shopping at or folding clothes for stores I couldn't afford to shop at, cooking steaks that I couldn't afford to eat, hear my family complain about certain situations I couldn't afford to help. Look, bottom line is I'm not even trying to get you guys in your feels or anything along those lines. I'm letting you know right now, you get to choose your level of exhaustion. You get to choose it. Being broke is hard. Being wealthy is hard. You get to choose your level of hard. So for me, I choose to walk it like I talk it. I choose to go out there. If I'm going to think big and my dreams are crazy, my family has looked at me and said, I'm absolutely insane multiple occasions, even now that I am successful. They told me these things, but I get to choose my difficult. And it may not make sense to somebody else, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it for me because I know why it is that I'm doing it for the others around me. And then last but not least, we got to up it. We got to up it. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about right now. We got to up it. If you follow me on social media, you've seen it. We got to up it. Here's what up it means. Up it, and this is, I made this up. I'm not Webster. I'm not, I don't know. I made this up. One day I was sitting inside. One day I'm sitting inside of my garage, and I was like, you gotta up it. Oh, you gotta up. This is the the definition that I gave it. Up it is pushing yourself past the barrier of expectation. God did. Up it is pushing yourself past the area of expectation, past the boundaries of expectation. Right? I started running about 3.5, 4 months ago. They didn't tell me it was going to be a lot harder to do when you had a newborn baby. I didn't know this, but your boy's done pretty good in the last 4.5 months, or 3.5, 4 months. I ran over 115 miles. I don't know what in the Forrest Gump got into me, but I just started running. I don't know I just started running. And then in the beginning, it was like, all right, you run a half a mile, you're exhausted, but then you push it to 2 miles. And I'm very competitive with myself. Next thing I know, I'm 3 miles away from my house. So I know I got to run 3 miles back. And my body is saying your lungs are tired, your legs are tired, your back is hurting. You're 30 years old now. You're a dad. You're a little overweight. Like I'm giving myself all these, but my mind is saying, but my body's like, nope, not today, Satan. We're running and we're doing it and we're doing our thing strong. And what I realized is that the mind is going to give up a lot sooner than the body does. I want to do an exercise with you, and we're going to wrap it up with this. And I need you to follow instructions. I need you to raise your hand as high as you can. Go ahead, Era. Raise it higher. Justin, raise it higher. Risky Pipsy, can we raise it a little bit higher? Can we go higher? Higher. Oh, Miguel, you're not even stretching, bro. I see you. Raise that thing as high as you can. Here's the thing. Check this out. Some of y'all about to fall out of your seat. You see, the instruction was to raise your hand as high as you can. But when I asked you to raise it higher, that became your reality. Oh, I'm seeing the breakthroughs. Corey, I see you. Oh, just Nick, we're seeing the breakthroughs right now. The instruction was to raise your hand as high as you can. Your mind said you were doing it all, but your body was able to give it more. In this season, man, I'm not gonna lie, we're tasting momentum right now. I know what this looks like. We're tasting momentum, but we're not in momentum. We're tasting it right now. I've seen this before. In this season, in order for us to really, really experience quantum leaps, it's gonna take upping it. We have a convention coming up in March. What type of time are you on? Some of you guys haven't even bought the ticket yet. What type of time are you on? I know what type of time I am. We're going to double the size of Arizona because this is what we do and we're the best in the world at doing it. But I got to let you guys know, it's not going to happen with just me. It's not going to happen with just Joey. It's not going to happen with just Neno. It's not going to happen with just Tia. The chairman, we don't have the power. It's going to take all of us. So what are we going to do with it? Joey, thank you so much for inviting me onto this call. I appreciate you. I honor you. I love you, my brother. And thank you guys for vibing with me tonight. Tag me on Instagram. And I can't wait to see you in Orlando.
Let's get it, brother. Let's go. I appreciate you, bro. You always bring great energy to the calls. Guys, listen, I'm going to post the link to Orlando, Elevate Orlando in the chat. If you haven't registered yet, make sure to get registered. Make sure to get your team registered. Post that in all your chats. Get fired up, get excited. And like he said on the call, so what if you have an opportunity of a lifetime, if you don't take advantage of it in the lifetime of the opportunity? That's one thing that drives me. I will not be left behind. This is the greatest opportunity on the planet. Let's take action, tunnel vision, all the way to Elevate Convention. Appreciate you guys, and we'll be talking soon. Let's get it. Game time.